Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are taking a look at the Mode Sonnet. Now, this is a keyboard that I personally consider kind of you're starting to hit the upper range of keyboards, right? So this is like entry level premium keyboard in my opinion. Now, this keyboard is really nice. Again, you know, if you guys remember my first video on the Mode Envoy, I basically said that these were like the Porsches of keyboard, and honestly I really stick by that. You know, when you build out a Mode Sonnet, you're literally selecting, you know, an option for everything, and you pay for that option too, just like a Porsche, right? So in this build I selected the blue top case, and we went with a full copper bottom, which I think looks really good. I like this combination quite a bit. We went with the black silicone, we went with the black rubber feet, we went with, and I also decided to use their stabilizers and their keycaps. So I got myself a set of the Obscura keycaps, which I think is really cool that they do give you a slight discount if you order it with the board. Same goes with the Mode stabilizers, which just came out in December, and again, slight discount if you order the Mode stabilizers with the board. So what I really like about Mode, even, you know, before you put together the keyboard, is really how they kind of set up the entire experience for you. It's just really nice. You know, I like their case a lot. It comes packaged with everything that you need. Everything is just, you know, in there, and just really well packaged, just presented really nicely, you know, kind of, again, like a Porsche. It's very well suited actually for beginners as well as advanced keyboard builders. It's just everything is very nice and very intuitive, fits together very well. And what I really like about the Mode Sonnet versus the Mode Envoy is that the Sonnet, while it is a, you know, two-piece design, right? You have the top and the bottom. It only uses 2 screws to hold everything together, and that's largely because when you put the bottom on, there's a small lip that you kind of hook into the top case, and I think that's really cool. It's a very nice design, and it makes taking apart the keyboard very easy. You know, it's definitely something where the design was very much thought of, and how you can continually customize the keyboard for the experience that you want. Now, for my initial build, I decided to go with a very low foam build. So we're only using plate foam. I got it with the carbon fiber plate, which I'm really happy about, because the carbon fiber plate is, I don't know, lately I've been really obsessed with carbon fiber plates. I really like the sound that it gives, especially with the switches that I've been using. And we, of course, are building it with the Mode stabilizers. Now, I do have to say, with the Mode stabilizers, and I will give a more detailed review on the stabilizers, but I think the issue that I have with the stabilizers is that these honestly just kind of feel like Durock V2s, cheaper in price, and I personally don't really like the Durock V2s. I feel like there's a little bit too much spacing in the stabilizers itself, and I find that you just, I don't know, the initial put together, like, you have to tune them quite a bit, if that makes sense. And I found I really had to tune my spacebar stabilizer, actually to the point where I kind of got really frustrated with how it was sounding, and I ended up switching it out for an owl stab. And with owl stabs, I generally never really go wrong. They always end up sounding good for me. And yeah, I just ended up switching out the spacebar stabilizer for an owl stab, and I just was not super impressed with the Mode stabilizers. I'll do a better comparison video later, but after that, I decided to try the keyboard with the silicone interior. So there's no case foam, they use silicone. I guess it's supposed to help dampen the sound a bit. Now, the switches that we initially went with today are the strawberry milk switches, and these are supposedly a, you know, deeper toned, thockier switch. And as far as my experience goes, Mode keyboards in general have always been pretty thocky and low tone, very low toned keyboards, but with a lot of resonance. You know, that's why I really like them. So you get that really nice low end sound, but it resonates a lot, so it's decently there's some volume to it, which I really like about that. And I didn't really like these switches. I put everything together and, you know, the keyboard looks great, especially with the Obscura keycaps. But yeah, I don't know. The switches for me just sounded really, really flat. Part of me, I thought maybe that was the silicone. So I ended up taking out the silicone and then just doing like basically only plate foam and then having the switches. And even then I was like, man, these just sound very, very dull. I don't know. It's just, I wasn't a fan with it. So what I ended up doing is I ended up taking out the strawberry milk switches and I put in my old HMX macaroons, the ones that you guys, if you guys just saw, I had in my old Zoom 65, which I ended up selling. And I'm much happier with this. The macarons with the carbon fiber plate with just plate foam and no case silicone. Man, this sounds really, really good, and the typing experience is really, really, really nice. Just as a disclaimer, I didn't have enough macaron switches to go across all the keys, and so, you know, my arrow keys are still going to be the strawberry milks, and so my spacebar, enter, and shift keys are actually my wife's old cotton candy tactile switches. I think actually it kind of worked out pretty well. They're not, I don't think they sound quite as good, but you know, once the macarons go back in stock, I'll probably get some more and fill out the rest of the board. And yeah, like I really like this keyboard. I think it's really, really good. If you are willing to spend the money, I'm gonna be honest, this was not cheap with everything, including the keycaps and the stabilizers. Again, this is not including the switches, like keycaps and stabilizers and the build that I went with. This was almost $700, right? This was $700 after shipping, right? And to be fair, I basically went with the most expensive options, right? You know, copper bottom, blue top, walnut trim, and it's expensive. It's a pricey keyboard, but is it worth the $700? Personally, I actually say yes. The building experience was premium. The way they put together the design, I think the design is gorgeous. I love this color combination. And of course, you know, with all Mode keyboards, you can choose whatever color combination you want. I think the weight of it, this is easily the heaviest keyboard that I own, but I like the weight. It really, really helps give it that premium feel. And of course, like I said earlier, the Sonnet is a very resonant keyboard, so you get some really, really nice tone out of it. It's probably currently my favorite sound profile for my keyboards, and I love typing on this thing. Again, I'm using the Macaron switches, which are my favorite linear switch currently, and I love the typing experience with these switches. With the carbon fiber plate, it sounds so good. And yeah, if you're willing to spend this kind of money on a keyboard, I do highly recommend the Mode Sonnet. I think it's a fantastic keyboard. It sounds really consistent across the entire board, really good tone. And you know, you can go from, you know, super foamy build, you know, you can do the PCB foam and the plate foam and the silicone, or you could just do like completely foamless. And I think both will probably sound really, really great. If you guys remember the Mode Envoy that I built for my wife, that's a full foam build, and I think it sounds fantastic. Very similar, you get some very similar sound profiles here. And yeah, very, very good, very, very good keyboard. Highly recommend it. If you guys, you know, again, it is expensive though. So if you guys have the money and you want a premium level keyboard, check out the Mode Sonnet. I think it's definitely worth it. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the review, and see you all in the next one.